Hi everybody, it's me, Sailor Mars, Raye here, and today I'm going to tell you why we don't use Google Hangouts or YouTube live streaming anymore. First off, we never really wanted to use the function in the first place. Now, the only reason why we used it was because, 2 years ago, YouTube was phasing out YouTube webcam capture. And at the time, we didn't know that if you put in keywords in the Google Web Store, like webcam record or something, and if we clicked between, extensions or extensions or applications, we would have found programs that would have worked on Chrome. Now, if they were good programs, that would be a different story. But we didn't know that. So that day in December came, and out of desperation, all day trying to figure out how to find a program, we started using Google Hangouts, YouTube live streaming. Now, first things, the program is sometimes very slow. I mean, not slow that doesn't run slow, but it's slow because first you have to go into it, and you got a title and describe and tag, and then all your other information like your recording date, your recording location, and and then you have to hit start and you gotta wait for it to start up. And there are some inconveniences of it. One, you can't change it from high definition. It's stuck on high definition by default. So no matter what you look for, you're never going to find a function to switch it over to Dolly Digital. And because it's in high definition, it takes longer to upload and process. Number two, it started having errors as well. And one of its errors, what happened is you had two options. You could either do a conference video with more than one person, or you could just do a solo video. Primarily, we did solo videos because first, our subscribers were never on at the same time we were. And number two, it was just our way of getting a video up there. Now, it had an error where it would keep on directing us to having video conferencing and not a solo video. So we figured there has to be a way to get a program to work. So we go to the Google Web Store again. And after putting video record, then we came up with some programs. Granted, the first program we used was called the Online Video Recorder from EasyApps123.com. Granted, their program only worked for about 3 months and then fell apart. Then we used Native Video Recorder afterwards. Now, some people prefer to use Google Hangouts, YouTube live streaming, because it's like the equivalent of, for conferencing, but it was never going to work out for us, and that's why we don't use it anymore. Okay? Because one, you had to go into it, you had a title, tag, and describe your video. You had to put in your recording location, your recording date, and your video language, and if you had, then you had to wait for it to start up. And then basically you could not escape out of it. Like original program, you could open up a tab. Well, with this one, you had to maximize it. Then you had to open another tab. Because if you just go in to open it normally, then you just cancel yourself out of it, and the damn program will still be running, and you had to go into your video manager, delete the video, go back into it all over again, and start the annoying process again. And that's why we don't use it anymore. Because if it had that error or malfunction once, chances are it was going to have that error malfunction again. And we weren't going to have something stop us from making videos when we wanted to make videos. Okay? So that's why we don't use Google Hangouts, YouTube live streaming anymore. Now, if anybody wants to use it, that's their own business. If they get an enjoyment out of using the feature, then that's their own thing. But personally, we don't use it anymore because of the fact that it had that problem once, had that problem again. Now a lot of people out there are going to say that, oh yeah, Google Hangouts, YouTube live streaming has problems from time to time. What function doesn't? Well, here's the difference between all your programs. You see, Google Hangouts is a part of YouTube. It's a part of Google, but it runs on YouTube, of course. Okay. Number two, it's not moderated the same way that, videos that are uploaded from YouTube webcam capture before it was phased out, or YouTube video file upload. The moderation is completely different. And some people at Google do the moderation instead of someone at YouTube doing it. And the fact that you can't change any settings, the fact that you can't change it from high definition to Dolby Digital if you wanted to, and the fact that it just takes it's just time consuming. If you want to get a video up there, it's time consuming, And then in all your videos, you have this Google icon on the side, and then at the end you got Hangouts on air, So anyway, we don't use it because too time consuming. You always got to put all your stuff in, as I mentioned, and the fact that it had a problem, if it had that problem once, it was going to have that problem again. And the only reason we ever used Google Hangouts or YouTube live event, or now known as YouTube live streaming, was because at the time we didn't know what keywords to put in the Google Web Store to get programs that would run off of Google Chrome OS, and plus, that was the big thing. And it was trying, desperate to get a video up there. So that's about it for us. Hope we explain why we don't use Google Hangouts or YouTube live streaming anymore. I'm Sailor Mars Raye, and I hope you enjoyed this video.